I had a request about some right hand technique. I'd like to thank you for subscribing and watching my videos. Yeah, I just finally got monetized, and then the next day I got a message that said I will be removed from the monetization program because I don't have enough views and subscribers, so I really appreciate anybody that's joined. So the question was about right hand technique. This is kind of the engine for your hot rod here, so we want to have it fine-tuned. Let me find one of my picks I really like. It's a Surf Zombies pick made of Delrin. It's real thick. This one's worn out a little bit. So I hold the pick on the side of my index finger with the thumb. So you don't want it to creep up here to the second bone or third bone, and you don't want it on the flat part of your finger. You want it on the side of your finger with the thumb, and you kind of make a round hole here. Keep these fingers loose, and you don't want to get tense with your right arm or your picking hand, so you keep it pretty loose. I like to hit the string pretty straight on from the pick. I don't want to slide it and slice. I don't want any slicing. I want a nice contact with the string. I might put my fingers up on a string to give me some stability, or pinky might sit back here. So keeping these out are real important. If you start making a fist, I think you're going to have tension in your right hand. So putting your fingers out, let them sit here. Another thing, this is the bridge of the guitar. If you take this corner of your hand, this far corner opposite of your thumb, and let that sit on the corner of the bridge, that's a super good spot to be, because you can also mute a little bit. And you can mute. So you want to maybe be sitting there, but be ready to move to this, or if you need to do some drama, you can move your arm around, but that's probably where you're going to return to. That's called palm muting, or stopping the strings with your palm. So stopping is part of the deal. You start the chord, and stopping, yes. So now we have to get into some picking. That's where I might tense up a little bit, but not too much. And here I'm going to rotate to a little bit of an angle. I was hitting real flat, straight on. If I rotate a little bit this way, a 45-degree angle, just a little bit, and I keep the tip of the pick really small. So if you have a large part of the pick sticking out, you're kind of really getting sloppy. So, and the string might go in too deep. Bunch of noise. Here we have a lot more control with a tiny bit of the pick sticking out. Hearing that high frequency kind of poking through. Might just be the nature of the guitar amp and the overdrive pedal. practicing some down ups on you could practice your scale. So of course when you do hammer-ons and pull-offs, you're getting some legato in there. But this is more about the right hand. So you can do downstrokes or down ups. The down ups can help you get a swing feel. So you can kind of get some down up stuff. But as far as picking, you might need to do some alternate picking. So you have to be creative about your practice and just come up with some patterns and practice them. Things that sound good. I like this. That's A, G, A, C, A, G, A, G, A, C, A, G. Picking down up. So I'm adding a D. I got tired of 3 notes, so I want to add one more. It's really kind of boneheaded stuff. You could make your own pattern with some creativity. Just fool around. You could any 2 or 3 notes. You can always slide up a little bit. Of course, I'm picking the good old A minor pentatonic. So in my mind, I can never play as fast as what I want to do. I want to go. But you can hear I'm not quite able to do it. So I'm not quite getting a good clear sound out of every note because my tempo is too fast. But I want to go. A little dirty sounding. So when I do that, I need to really have a tiny bit of the pick sticking up and lighten up. So if I try to do that in a tense fashion, listen to this. It's just like, sounds pretty, I'm snagging and not really getting clear sound. But if I lighten up, I might get a little better sound. It's a little noisy. Geez, so, you know, I obviously hit my wall. So I really like doing these videos because it makes me practice. I'm practicing right now. Jeez. So when I get on stage, hopefully I'll be ready. Always training, always warming up, always trying to keep my chops together, what little I got. Then you can, like, maybe, you know, if you get tired of that tight pattern, maybe make a little wider pattern. That's kind of nice. I love the arpeggio sound. So I'm not really satisfied with my right hand. It's not quite as fast as I can hear it. That's just an A, C, A, E, A, C. So when I find I'm not getting a nice sound, I'll probably go back to slowing down a little bit. And that sounds clear to me. Then skipping strings is an interesting topic. Guitar players, if I have a saying, if you say, hey, show me an A, work your way up to a high A, guitar players would go. A sax player would probably just go. So guitar players, we tend to grind our way through the scale to get to the higher note. But you could start skipping strings. It sounds a little more wide, not so pattern-like. So anyway, there's just a quick talk on right hand technique. Well, let's do one last thing. You can always stash your pick in your middle finger like this and go. I do that a lot, and then when it's back to B string goes flat. Les Paul Jr. always goes flat. Okay, there's the end of the video. Thanks again for subscribing and watching. Spread the word.